with his,
big penis.
with his big penis coming at you, right? So let's get him.
I have nightmares about that. How about you?
So let's take the focus off 999 and have the end, on his 19-inch cock. Let's make that the focus, so everybody thinks about that when they go to the polls.
You don't think it's a problem? Let's say the charges are true. You don't think that that's a problem for a presidential candidate to?
Clinton had a whole bag of shit and he got elected. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see what. Right now, the story is a week old and it hasn't hurt him at all. And I think if he can survive it, then if he can survive it with the Republicans, he'll survive it with the Democrats. Because they're going to try to smear him next year, right? But I think that the average liberal isn't going to vote for him anyways, and the people on the middle, they don't care. They voted for Clinton despite his stuff. So I don't know if it's really going to hurt him or not. We'll see how he plays it off.
Does it bother you that he had his hands possibly on white women?
What's the difference?
Well, you're a white man. You're very protective of white women. Like I see you going around making a big cause celeb, hey, black guys, keep your hands off the white women.
I do get involved in that kind of, yes.
I see you like marching around the neighborhood, like breaking up interracial relationships and saying this is not God's will, and go back to your own kind. My dad used to do that.
Oh, you're kidding
me. At the college, yeah,
no.
When some fuzzy wuzzy, from the islands would start dating some white lass, he'd march over and quote things and say that interracial dating, interracial marriage is forbidden, and he'd break them up. He also marched over, when my brother was 14, he marched over to his girlfriend's house and broke up that relationship. My brother wasn't too happy.
Amazing. That's just amazing. All right, so we think we covered that. So what do you think? You think he's done?
I think he's done. So now my big hope is Newt Gingrich. Because Rick Perry's not showing anything.
No, he's done.
Rick Perry's done. Michelle Bachmann's not showing anything. So the great conservative hope now, the only conservative left standing is Newt Gingrich.
See, okay, that I would agree with that if I really thought he was done. But I don't think Kane is done.
You don't think the Herminator is finished?
I think that he's going to shake this thing off. Remember, what month are we in? We're in, what the hell month are we in? We're November, right?
Right.
When's the first primary? 2 months away?
Yeah.
I think he's got a lot of time for this story to die. I don't think it's going to hurt him. That's my opinion. We'll see. We'll see. Right now the polls haven't even changed, it's like, I don't... So we'll see. We'll see if I'm right or wrong about that. All right, you want to move on to the next thing?
Yeah, this is the next thing. we're pretty...
Talk about caught with your pants down. We have no information prepared for you this week.
We're pretty thin this week, because for the first time since I've known him, the rabbi has a life. And I'm kind of skating by quoting barrel wine these days.
Okay, so let's talk. How's it going at your new place?
Baruch Hashem, it's great.
You've been there for a few weeks now.
Yeah, I've been there.
And they haven't threatened to kick you out.
Yeah, more than 2 weeks.
What's the maximum of shelf life before they get sick of you and throw you out? How long?
It's not going to happen. I'm a good tenant.
You think you're there, Leolam Voad? 20 years from now, they're like, oh, Levi still lives in the closet over there.
No, I'll get married by that time. But
all right. Oh, you think you'll be married?
Yeah, I think I'll be married in the next 5 years.
You think you'll be married in the 5 years? Do you think you have to do anything to change to get married?
I don't know. What I need is some woman to sit me down and give me some advice on my attitude,
yeah,
and, the things I say, and just my general take on women, and so I think that's the main thing that I'm missing, and then we have to settle down and get married.
So if I were, let's say, to bring a woman here right now...
a young woman. Not
a young woman.
Not some old hag. Okay, I'm sick of these hags.
Telling you, Levy, shave your beard, Levy.
It's like people say to me, oh, I'm going to introduce you to someone who's your own age. It's like, ah. It's like she looks great. She's in great shape. Might be in her late 40s, but she's in great shape.
All right. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm thinking of this right now. I'm thinking might be a good idea at this point is I'm going to bring onto our show a real live young woman right?
Sweet.
Somebody who has watched our show religiously for a year now, right? Been watching our every move, pays attention to what you have to say, thinks she knows everything about you. She has what to say, and I'm going to bring her up on stage, sit her in my seat here.
Great.
I'm going to back away,
Great.
folks.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're going to have a real live girl show up. And be nice, be gentlemanly like in the chat room. She can read English, okay? Okay, she's not one of these like Filipino chicks. She's like, oh, I make sucky, right? She's not one of them, right? So she's going to be able to read what you say. So don't, it's a Jewish girl. It's a Jewish woman, and she's going to come up here and she's going to rip into Levi. So let's give it up right now. Let's give a big hello, a big shalom, and her name is Esther.
Esther.
Welcome. Yay, Esther.
Yay.
Okay, make sure you're in the camera.
Okay.
Okay, you're doing great.
Wow, you brought me a teenager.
Okay, so take it away. Start talking. What you've been? I'll introduce. I'll play back here. Esther, you have been. Hello, folks. Esther, you've been
A woman for 19 years
You've been
now.
a woman.
Yeah.
What's that like?
It's been good so far.
Baruch Hashem.
You've been a faithful watcher of our show for the last year. You've seen Levi, and you know what he's about. You hear him talk. What do you think of the way he talks about women and his attitudes, and what do you think about his overall persona, and how do you think this adds up in terms of finding a potential mate, and what changes would he need to make? Go ahead.
And do you have any friends or sisters? Do you have sisters?
I have a sister, yeah.
Yeah? Is she younger or older?
She's a little older.
Is she married?
No. She would, no. Don't go there.
Really?
Yeah.
Could we send her a link to my sex addiction talk?
You could try. You'd probably get police knocking at your door.
Why?
She's a bit concerned why you would send her that.
Because I want to help her with her sex addiction.
She doesn't have a sex addiction, to my knowledge.
But we all have these secret lives, where we just, on the outside we're all pious and religious, but when everyone goes away, we sit down in front of the computer and we're not so pious and we're not so religious.
Well, what my sister does in private is her business. It's not mine.
But I just want to help her.
Okay.
Like, instead of always chasing these thrills and these illicit highs and going from man to man, it's just not the path to ultimate meaning and purpose. But the person I really want to meet is your dad.
My dad? You can meet my dad.
Can I send him a link to my talk?
You can. He probably would have no problem with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
My dad's pretty relaxed.
So you don't like hate men?
I don't hate men.
Yeah, just like...
No,
generic,
I don't hate men.
You don't hate
No,
all men?
No, I have quite a few brothers, so...
Oh, okay. Brothers are good. Like women who have brothers, they don't tend to hate men.
No.
They tend to relate them as real human beings.
Yes.
Okay, this has gone on for 2 minutes. I'm bored stiff. Would you start digging into him already? All right, let's start.
Okay,
Levi, Levi talks a lot about. He slags women off. He talks badly about women who are, let's say, his age. He talks about women who are slightly overweight, and he says they're off limits.
Yeah.
He talks about women, and he says he doesn't like short hair. He talks about women, and he says that he doesn't like ones. He only likes ones who wear business suits and whatnot, right?
High heels.
High
Right.
heels, right? Then he talks about it and he says he doesn't like a woman who's had sex before, right? And the more sex she has with different partners, the less desirable they
That
are.
I have a problem with.
Right, and then meanwhile, he says he brags about the fact that he's had 44 women in bed, and
I didn't brag. I'm ashamed. I'm like torn up with guilt inside. I'm just destroyed.
He expects that
They'll accept that.
They'll accept that, right? So you go ahead. Tell them what you think.
You just asked me if I hated men. I think you hate women.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
that's
that was
true.
great! Ding, 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 ding! That was a great line. Go ahead, keep going.
I think you hate women.
Yeah.
Because I think the main women in your life haven't been the best they could be. So I think what you see as women is you relate back to maybe your mother.
Well, I'm not gonna.
Or, someone in your past.
Yeah. No, I definitely have a strong streak of misogyny. But
Yeah.
it's kind of amazing that you're able to pick that up because it's so subtle. It's so such subtext to what I say that like normal people they'd never notice that.